Welcome to Spoken Reviews, home of the Spoken Reviews. Today is going to be the first video in a series where we'll be comparing PCs to MacBooks. So the point of this series is to compare PCs to MacBooks. Now, this is a very big topic. It's a very passionate topic. People get really riled up about it. So my goal is to be completely transparent and also to be engaging as possible. So throughout the video series, if you have any questions or comments or you want to make any points, please feel free to leave the comments below. Just interactive conversation really makes for a better platform. That's kind of what I hoped to start a conversation with. Also, just to be completely transparent, my background primarily is with PCs. So right here I have all three of my old PCs. Here is my old compact, which was my first personal computer. Really good computer. I had this for, I believe, 3 years and really enjoyed it. The next computer that I had was this Dell, which again, for the time, was a really great computer. I really enjoyed it. I had the Dell for probably about 2.5 years, but really enjoyable at the time. And then I moved to my HP, which was a great computer, probably one of my favorite laptops. And I had this HP for a solid 3 years, and I really pushed it to the limit. So I really did enjoy it. Even though I'm going to try not to be biased towards PC, on a subconscious level, I probably do have a bias because I use PCs personally and at work, but I am completely open to Apples. I've had friends that use Apples for years, and I'm really looking forward to kind of diving in and seeing, the pros and cons of both. So once again, that was just a disclaimer so you guys know where I'm coming from. Okay guys, so round one of this video comparison series is going to be about build quality. And to do this, I have 4 computers that are 2015 models / 2016 models. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the first computer I have is going to be this Acer Aspire R14. It's a really great computer. It's around 4 pounds. It's 0.73 inches thick. So really nice thin computer, really enjoy it. The other PC I have is going to be this Toshiba Satellite S55C. It does have an i7 processor, really great computer, solid, I really do enjoy it. Now on the Mac side, I have the 2015 MacBook Air 15-inch, which is a really great light computer, really powerful, great, build quality. And then I also have a 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina, which is a very popular computer, and on the high end on the Mac side. So first we're going to go ahead and dive into the dimensions of these PCs and the MacBooks. So this Acer is only 0.73 inches thick, so really thin laptop. I really do enjoy it. It's one of the things I like most about it. It's really thin. And it's only 4 pounds. So super light, super thin. And this Toshiba, believe it or not, is only 4.85 pounds. So again, pretty light, not that heavy. You can hold it with one hand pretty easy. And it is 0.93 inches at the thickest point. So not even an inch. PCs have come a long way. 5 years ago, PCs were typically way thicker than MacBooks, but PCs have made up a lot of ground, and they're coming a long ways. There's even thinner PC computers out there, like the Surface Pro 4 and the Dell XPS. Those are both super thin, 0.73, 0.65 inches thick. So great. Now going to the MacBooks, the Mac Air is only, believe it or not, 0.68 inches thick at the thickest point. So this is incredibly thin. It's almost unbelievably thin. When you hold it in your hand, it's only 2.96 pounds. So super light and super thin. And when you go all the way up to the 15-inch MacBook Pro, again, super light too, this MacBook Pro is only 4.49 pounds. So 4.5 pounds for this, really powerful MacBook Pro, and it's only 0.71 inches thick. So to me, it's pretty amazing that between these two, the MacBook Air is 0.71 inches and the MacBook Pro is only 0.73. So 0.2 inches difference in thickness. And this is, super powerful. i7, 16 gigs of RAM, solid state. It's a powerhouse, and it's so thin and so light. Okay guys, so here's a view where you can see all of them from thinnest to thickest. So MacBook Air, 0.68 inches thick right here. And then the MacBook Pro is 0.71. So, really not a huge difference between these two right there. Now, the Acer is only 0.73. So, this Acer is, pretty much as thin as these two. It's very minimum to see the difference. And then over here with this Toshiba, you can see it is 0.93 inches. So as far as thinness goes, I really don't think that is as relevant as it used to be, unless you want to go to a gaming laptop. That's when you're going to get a super thick Windows PC. So some of those gaming laptops can be, 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. And that's to get, the best processor. You want to get that i7, that 16 or 24 gigs of RAM, the big hard drives. You're going to get a really thick PC. But if you do want a thin PC, as you guys can see evenly out there, these are all great computers. Once again, no bias, but they're all super, super thin. So that is nice and easy to enjoy. Now, as far as ports go, these are all going to have pretty much the same ports. So they're all going to have USB 3.0 ports, HDMI ports, except the MacBook Air doesn't have an HDMI port. They all have SD card slots. The one advantage that I would give to PC is that this Toshiba does have an Ethernet port, which is very valuable. Sometimes Wi-Fi doesn't always work, or sometimes if you're going to load huge files, an Ethernet port does help out. And the number of computers out there with Ethernet ports is shrinking tremendously, period. They're still out there, but there's very few. Now on the Mac side, the only MacBook that has an Ethernet port is going to be the MacBook non-Retina, and that is the 2012 model. Apple still sells that. You can also pick it up at Best Buy. It's discounted. I believe it's $10.99. You can find them used out there, but that's going to be the only MacBook with an Ethernet port. So, Windows, you can still get them with Ethernet ports. Mac, you have to get the older one to get the Ethernet port. But they do have adapters out there, so if you do need Ethernet, you can use an adapter. Now, one really cool thing that some PC laptops can do that Macs can't do, and I don't really foresee them doing in the future, is the whole convertible thing. So this Acer R14 is pretty cool because you can use it in the standard laptop mode like this, which is pretty standard, or you can go ahead and put it in a tint mode like this, which is pretty useful. I really don't use this one as much with it, but the one thing that I do is I do use it in the tablet mode pretty often, which is pretty nice and convenient, especially when you're around the house, watching YouTube, watching Netflix. It's just kind of nice to, have this and put it in your lap. So that's pretty cool, something you can do. And I don't foresee Apple ever going down that path of a convertible. So that is a point for the PC, something that they don't have, that, I don't think they will ever have in the future. So guys, trackpads and keyboards. It's one thing that my friends with the Macs have been saying for years, and I really didn't get until I started using a Mac, is how nice the keyboards are. The keyboards are just super nice. It's really good layout. and the trackpad is super nice, and the scrolling. It's super smooth and fluid, and you don't have any skipping. I do like the PCs, both of the PCs. And like I said, I've used, numerous PCs over the years, but I never realized just how nice and how premium the trackpad and the keyboard was until I started using the Macs. So some people are going to get all riled up about that, and I understand. It's a matter of preference, and that's just my opinion. It's unbiased, but as far as the build goes, when we talk about trackpads and keyboards, I do believe that the MacBook is a premium piece of hardware. You are paying a premium price for it, but I know, and if you've never used a MacBook before, you might want to, go to Best Buy, play with them, or go to the Apple Store, play with them. It's super nice and, super premium, and I really do enjoy it. And I never realized that I was missing out on it until I had it. That's just my opinion on that. Now, also with the build quality between the MacBooks and the PCs is you only have so many options with Apple. So you have the MacBook Air, you have the 13-inch MacBook Pro, you have the 15-inch MacBook Pro, or you can get an older MacBook Pro 13-inch out there. And also, you do have the new MacBook, which is a 12-inch laptop out there. So you do have a couple options out there, but that's pretty much it. With PC, you have the Acer, you have the Toshiba, you have HPs, you have Dells, you have Lenovo's, you have Windows, you have a large selection out there. So there are, different price ranges. You can get a $300 PC, you can get a $2,000 PC. So you do have a large range and different build qualities. So that is one thing to be put out there. So, Apple is definitely, a certain lane that people like, the build quality. It's nice, solid. And PCs are a different lane, but they're probably, there are more options out there for PCs. Okay, guys, so in conclusion, both the Macs and the PCs have, pretty good build quality. I personally am a PC user. I do prefer the build quality of Macs, and this is just, with me using Macs for the last 2 months, testing them. I do prefer the build quality of Macs, but I do prefer the options and the variety of PCs. So that's just my opinion. I know there are millions of opinions out there. Some people are diehard Mac users. Some people are diehard PC users. And, I respect both your guys' opinions. It comes down to a matter of preference and really, how the device is going to, suit you. So I don't think someone should be a diehard anything user. I think it should be about what's best for you and what fits your life and your needs best. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Once again, this was going to be the first video in a series of Mac versus PC. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you loved it, tell me you loved it. If you hated it, tell me you hated it. Tell me what I can do better, because your comments help me grow. And if you want to see more videos like this, comparisons or, reviews, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.